Let me see if it's going to keep streaming here. I might have to start it over. Looks like it's recovered. I hit the wrong hotkey. That's a first. I've never done that. I guess I just want to be done, huh? No, I don't. I'm actually pretty excited today to see what we have. So let's go take a look. ADTX was something I traded this morning. And, you know, it made a good move initially, and we had a nice little consolidation and continuation, but then it failed to break higher. It hit... this is not the right one. I was like, wait a minute. ADTX, here we go. So it hit 750. It hit a high of 750. This was a nice consolidation. At first, I wasn't sure. You know, it was big green candle up, but we've seen those a lot lately, and then they just fail. So I waited, came up, it was pulling back into this area, and I was like, well, there's really no support there, but we are holding the EMA. So I jumped in it, looking for that higher low. We came up, we topped out here, started to pull back. I could have added there, looking for the equilibrium, but I didn't. And then as we started to break out, I scaled out. Made small profit, and then I got back in it. I didn't trade this up through here, and then I got back in it on this little inside bar pullback, and we started to break here, but then we failed, and I started to see, well, we got almost a double top here. That's a bit of a red flag. So I got back out of that one, lost a little bit of what I had made. It comes back down to the volume weighted average price. So I jump in at one time there. And I was thinking that'd be great if it would break through the high, because then I'd be up about 50 bucks on the morning trading small share size. And then it started to pull back too. So I was looking for an equilibrium, but again, tried to break out here, another double top. So I scaled out some. I added back down here. That was at this level right here. So I added back there just 50 shares, and it looked like it wanted to go here, but then we had this 3-bar, you know, sideways and then breakdown, and so I just bailed on the trade. Then right after that, this candle shot straight up and then flushed straight back down. So we have a good resistance level at 735. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. Currently, we came down to that previous equilibrium breakout spot. We came right down to that. We back tested it. Put in a little higher low and higher high on the 1 minute, so that was our 5-minute bottom. But now we're pulling back on the 5, which is kind of what I wanted. I was hoping for a 5-minute setup going into the open. So we'll see if I get the setup that I want. I'd like to have it come back down to support so I could buy it down there. So 10 minutes to go. We'll have 2 more candles after this, and we'll see what it looks like. CCCC. ADTX does have news as well. Oh, good. I was like, oh no, I don't think my microphone was on that whole time, but it was. Yay. A win for me. Let me see. Got to get the chat loaded here just in case somebody wants to say hello. All right. So there we go. All good. So CCCC is a cheaper stock, and it's sold off a little bit, but it's up. You know, it's gapping up 51%, and it's got some news on it. By the way, we didn't even look at this, but here's a look at SPY. Nice breakout yesterday, and this was our high of yesterday, and I was watching this all morning as we were trading above it. And I'll go all the way down to the 1 minute time frame. So we've been trading above it pretty much all morning. I mean, if you look at the 15 minute, the hourly, you can see how we've been above it all morning. And then that CPI data came out at 5:30, and we had an initial bullish reaction to it. And that's when ADTX came up on the scan. And so that's another reason I was like, I don't know, ADTX might be just reacting to the data. And then SPY started to roll over, and so initial bull reaction and now kind of bearish. So we're trading back below yesterday's high at the moment. Just something to note, but perfectly healthy. The bulls are doing a great job, and we're just looking for continuation of a long-term uptrend that we've been seeing. All right, so back to the gap scan. So CCCC Yeah, I'm watching that one. It's cheaper, you know, but we'll see. And then ICVX. Morning, Andrew. ADTX. Is it doing? Yeah, ADTX. Yeah, that's my number one pick. I traded that this morning. And it's making a move up towards 735. I'm curious to see if it'll get through that. It's a pretty major resistance point. Got harshly rejected from that level a little while ago. ICVX is this one honestly has weird news on it. It's some kind of investigation and is trading sideways. I'm not even going to touch it. INAB. It does have some news as well. I don't remember. It doesn't show here what it is. I did see it somewhere, though. I don't remember where. But I'm going to watch that one. It's an hourly equilibrium. And that's all I'm watching. Nero popped up on the scanner here, but I don't know. Big red candle. So I think that might be a reaction to... that came out at 6 o'clock. That's a pilot clinical trial. It didn't have a very good reaction. So I'm not going to watch that one right now either. These are the three I'll watch. And yeah, Andrew, I traded ADTX on this initial move up and didn't do too bad, but it started to fail up here. And so I gave back some profits on that. And 735 is that hard rejection. We have a high of 750. I was looking for the breakthrough 750. We never got it. So... all right, so I'm not getting my 5-minute setup that I wanted. I was hoping we'd see a further pullback on the 5, but it's already a 5-minute uptrend here, which is good. That's fine. We're just grinding up towards the highs. We'll see what that looks like closer to the bell. Let me see. So the hourly time frames, we got two of them here that look sort of the same. That's a support to hold. Right now, 15-minute, little lower high there if the bears can pull through a support break. EMA is holding. $2 is right there. Yeah, ICVX. You like ICVX? Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a weird one to me. Maybe it'll do something. It's just they're doing some kind of investigation, so I don't know. I don't really know what that means. I guess the first thing that came to my mind was investigation. Are they going to halt the thing? You know, are we going to see it get halted on some kind of pending investigation? I just didn't know if I'd want to take the chance on something like that. I'm just not sure. I'm just being cautious. So INAB, we have our high of the move, low of the pullback down here, a little sloppy, a little choppy. There's another high. And so, yeah, it's just really choppy. We'll see what this one does. It's definitely looking like a bull flag. It means buy above 16 and short if it drops below 15. Yeah, I mean, maybe if it can get above 16, that'd be cool. I mean, I guess, you know, I can put it over here on my other screen and just keep an eye on it. I mean, it is on the gap scan. Typically, these that start out flat like this, I usually find they just kind of stay flat. You know what I mean? But you never know. So let me see here. So we have a nice 5-minute uptrend. So this is our support at 632. So as long as we hold that level, we'll still have our 5-minute uptrend. Coming up to $7. And I saw $7 was a point of resistance that became support, then went back to resistance, and then back to support when we were trading back in here. And then back to resistance again. I'm kind of interested in CCC here. A move up over $1.86. Only problem with that one is I got to buy a lot of shares. And I probably don't have margin on it. So it's going to take up a lot of buying power. I'd have to buy like 3,000 shares. Alrighty. So 4 minutes to go. What do we got here? So we have a point of resistance here where we tried multiple times to get over it. Pulled back, broke through it. So it'd be nice to see a back test of that. Volume weighted average price is right below it. But I got a feeling this thing's going to break before the bell rings. The last one I have, INAB, is this one here, the one you're talking about. INAB is just, it's on the gap scan. It's got news, but it's cheaper and it's just sideways right now. I'm really not even sure about it. It's got high relative volume. I mean, it's sitting at a 3, so that's higher than normal. Okay, I better set up some stop losses here. Make sure I'm ready to go. So to honor my risk on ADTX, I'm using the 5-minute candle range. So I'll be buying about 400 shares to start if I get into it. Okay, so 1 minute to go. What are we gonna do here? Got a resistance up here at 720. I'm not too worried about that. I just want to make sure I have good trades, good setups. There goes ADTX. Let's see if I can put in a bid order. I want to get in on this breakout. Got above 730. See if we get halted right there. I jumped into CCC on a CCCC on a 5-minute breakout, but it didn't go right away for me. So back out, losing 55 on that. Stuck in a halt on ADTX with 400 shares. Halted up here at 770. And maybe CCCC will go, but I'm too late. Too late to get in that. The point to really get in this was on this candle in pre-market. Okay, so we got a high of 770. That candle range is 75 cents on ADTX. I'm going to mark out that first $19.99. Okay. No, I was. I jumped in CCC initially. I want to take a $200 loss, so I just got back out. So if it's strong, I'll find another opportunity. Did you get to jump into CCC? I'm just going to say CCC because I have a hard time saying CCCC. It's too many C's. I'm going to put a line here on that candle. I'll be watching INAB here for a break over 164. So resumption on ADTX will probably be about halfway through the 6:35 minute. Gotta keep an eye on that time. CAVA is hitting the scanner. CAVA looking pretty good. The market isn't doing much. It's just pulling back. There's a look at CAVA. We've been down over the last few days on it, but now it's moving up. Let me see here. There's no news on it. I don't know what's going on there. I guess maybe it's just a technical setup. It was due for a bounce here. So ADTX, take a look at this real quick. What time is it? Okay, we're getting close. We're up at 770. A lot of... Well, this one had a big day back here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to add to this. I'm just going to sell half of it. I better cancel my limit order. I'll sell half, put my stop under the low, and just see what happens. If it resumes here at 635, looks like it's going to resume higher. Any second now. Or we have a 10-minute halt. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a 10-minute halt. Meanwhile, CCCC, I did say 4 C's there, is in equilibrium. We broke the low. So that $1.90 level is still important to me. We tried 3 times to get over it, and here we go trying to get over it again. If we close above it and make a nice move up, I'll be looking for a back test to enter a trade at that level. This is also an important level to get over. I always like to look back and see, why did we bounce where we did? Why were people buying? And I gotta imagine it was because we were down here at the support zone, even though we didn't get all the way down to it. I took a long over here on CAVA for an equilibrium setup. See, our high of day is way down there. Well, that's a green. That's not green, that's red. Get my colors right here. Okay, so I'll just hold that one. I'm going to move my stop loss up, though, so that I'm not risking so much. I don't want to take myself out of the game right away. Okay, so 6:38. We got 2 more minutes till resumption on ADTX. So we broke $1.93, but we didn't hold it. Well, I'll leave that line there for now. GOTU was on the gap scan this morning. It's actually moving up. So I'll keep an eye on that one too. Ew. Okay, so starting to see a little bit of follow through here on CAVA. What time is it? Got about 30 seconds till 6:40. This is where being in multiple trades at the same time can be very distracting. So I'll let CAVA do its thing. I'm going to pay attention here to ADTX for this resumption. Now the active trader down here is showing that the price is higher than what it halted at. Now I don't know if that's where it's gonna open. You see, it'd be nice to see it open at 850. Resume at 850. There we go. So there's 850. So I sold half right there. Now I'll put my stop and loss at the low, and we'll just see where this thing goes. Get you back up to the charts. So I'm going to put my stop loss down at 695. Something like that. Let's get back over here to CAVA. I'm going to go ahead and just sell half of that. And then keep my stop loss at 34.50. With a high up here at 35.51. So what I'd like to see on ADTX is why are my charts all funky here? Let me see. I don't know, something weird there. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, I'd like to see us go up and get halted again. It's possible we could come back to 770. Nice breakout over here on CAVA. I'm still holding, but I think I will sell some of it on that move up. Okay, and then I'll just keep my stop loss where it was, 34.40. And I really want to get back over here and pay attention to this one. You know, it does make me a little nervous that it could get halted going down, even though it's bullish. It's coming up to 950, so I'll sell half of it right there below 950. And just to lock in some of those profits. Let's get rid of all these lines. My God. So we had a low of day. If it gets down there, that's not good. $770. Put my stop at break even. Why not? So I don't like INAB. What I'm going to do is put CAVA up here since that's the one I'm trading right now. Large candle ranges on that one. So still holding 50 shares of this one. We broke through 35.51. Kind of looks like we came down to this level, sort of. See if ADTX here can get over 950. I don't know, CCCC. Needs to prove something to us. Okay, so we got our little 1 minute higher low on CAVA. What did that larger time frame look like again? Oh, that's the daily. Already a big candle coming up against the moving average. Hourly time frame. Okay, there we go. Coming up to that daily level, I'll sell a little bit more of it, and then I'm going to put my stop loss down here at 35.22. So now we have consolidation. Well, equilibrium had that hard rejection at 950. Consolidating, where would we pull back to? We do have a support that we just broke right here, so I lost audio. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate that. Hope I can call you Ron. Let me see here. So I was pointing out earlier we had this cup and handle. Whoops. Something like that. It doesn't really look like a cup and handle. I don't claim to be a good drawer. So that $1.93 level was really critical. We came up and, well, actually this one here was the one I was looking at. That $1.90 level. You can see how many times we played against it, both on the bottom and on the top. And we finally got back over it here, back tested it 3 times, closed above it all 3 times, and then finally, you know, there's the move. So now here we come back to 190 again. My initial thought was to buy the back test of 190 after we broke out of it. I don't know if I still want to go through with that. So temporarily we found support down here at 813. And I guess that would have been a good area to buy off of on CCCC. Coming up to $2 psychological. And I'm still holding over here on CAVA. We broke above that daily level, came back for a little back test of the 5 EMA, and looks like it just wants to go higher. So there's no point right now in selling this. I'm just going to bump my stop loss up to that last higher low, because if we lose that, we'll probably be seeing further consolidation. Only 25 shares left on CAVA. Just in case we get a false breakout here on ADTX, I'm going to sell another half of my. So now I just have 50 shares left, and I'm going to put my stop down at 810, 807. Just managing the positions a little bit. So we have on the other screen over here, we have go to. What did I just hear? Oh, okay. So I just got stopped out over here on CAVA when we lost that support. So there we are back at 36.26, coming down below that. And I'm wondering if we'll see a double bottom here. So it made a total of 165 on that. So there we go, above $2 on CCCC. And I'm all out of ADTX for now. Racked up $556 on that one. Oh, look at that. I'm up 666 on the day. Yeah. Let me see here. So on this one, we've got a 5-minute stair step up. We haven't seen consolidation. That first 5-minute candle, the high of that candle was right here, 35.51. That's a good point to look at. Do I want to buy off of that? I'm not sure. I'm kind of waiting for 5-minute consolidation. I'm going to look for a really good setup. Could be a long wait. Now this one gave us a pretty nice setup here. Pulled back. We had a nice little double bottom play here. Let me see. So we came down to that level. Kind of sorry I missed this. So that would have been a nice entry. And then a 1 minute higher low and higher high. And go-to, yeah, on go-to here, this is actually my go-to setup. God, the puns. Where you have that nice little equilibrium before the breakout. On a 5 minute uptrend, 1 minute equilibrium. Jesus, that thing's really flying now. Well, so far it's just an inside day on SPY. Had that initial reaction to the data that came out this morning at 5:30, and then we've sold off since. So we got a slow and steady bleed down to maybe this support level, but it could be so we're flagging here. We're flagging on ADTX a little bit. Got a little lower low here. But I don't know. Oftentimes when these gap up like this, when they halt, and you'll see it come back and back test the level where it halted at, which in this case was 770. And so we're down at that level now. We have new hourly candles coming up. And go-to is just continuing higher. So this is something that when I go back and look at my day, I'll pull up these charts and I'll mark out these levels where prices broke over, the patterns, you know, what were people looking at, And I'll also see where I took my trades and kind of compare it and see how well I performed. And I did that yesterday, and I was like, yesterday's performance was just, wow, it was bad. It was so bad. So we have a 5-minute candle with a topping tail. So 2-bar pullback here on the 5-minute, working on the third. I don't mind seeing 2 bars pull back, but if the third one starts to pull back, that becomes a little more extended of a pullback than I like to see. I haven't really marked out a good support level here. $2. So consolidating on the 5-minute on CCC. I would say that was a level that we tried to get over at $1.98. We tried multiple times and finally got over it. So this would be a good back test, and it's $2 psychological. So I'll take a position there and just see what happens. But I don't know, that's a pretty harsh pullback, so I'm not sure that's going to hold. I'll let it drop below just a little bit, but if it goes too much, I'm going to just get back out. A lot of sellers on the ask at $2. Yeah, I just don't like it, so it was a small loss. It was worth it to find out if it would work. And this one over here, we didn't hold that support either on that 5-minute, so it's possible. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just let things consolidate and wait. That's all I can say. I haven't taken a trade here on go-to yet. Kind of been waiting for consolidation on that one too. So anybody make any money today? Do you guys trade at all? Are you just like learning to trade, or I mean, do you actually trade real money, or are you practicing in a simulator? I'm just kind of curious sometimes if you know, if you have your own strategy, or I wonder. So we are bouncing from that level of 770. Candle ranges on this are 26. I'd feel comfortable sticking with a 50-cent candle range that I've already got picked out here. So I'm looking for a particular setup on this one. We do have that extended pullback that I don't like to see, but I like the level 770. Keeping in mind this one does have false breakouts. It did it pre-market. It's been doing it here. Several candles that have upper wicks. So, and I also want to see over here on this, when I bought that at this level, didn't I buy it at that level? I thought I did. Oh, whoops, sorry. I think I was looking at this one. Oh, okay, guys. So I kind of messed up on that. So what I'm looking at here is the 5-minute time frame. So that first 5-minute candle, as time passes by, I'm finding that that first 5-minute candle, the high of that candle, can often become support if we've been up over it for a while. And you can see that that's a level that we were really, that's the one that I'd marked out before, I believe. No, that was the first 1 minute candle down here, because that one's important too, but we didn't break over that first thing, so that one became less important as time goes by, and the 5 minute candle becomes more significant. At least that's what I've seen in my back testing. So that 5 minute candle, the high of that candle, and we tried here multiple times to get over it, and we finally did. And so now we just came back and back tested it, and I really wish I would have had, because I was looking up here at this level when I bought this. So I was looking at the wrong level, because we tried that one multiple times too, but it just wasn't as significant of a level as that first 5 minute candle. It's kind of the same concept here with ADTX, that first candle. The 1 and the 5 are one and the same here because of the halt, but it's too late for me to jump in this. I don't want to buy a breakout on ADTX with the false breakouts that it has. So now what I'll look for here on this 5 minute consolidation is a 1 minute trend change. Candle ranges are 5 cents. I was going to put in a limit order down there. I did a join the bid here. Okay, so there it got filled. Partially. Just a partial fill. No, I got filled completely. Oops. So I'm risking $200 on this trade. And if I had more patience, I maybe should have waited for it to come down to closer to the support. Sometimes it won't come down to the support because if the bulls are there buying, it just doesn't get that far. I'll put in a limit order right here and see if I can sell half. This one's got a pretty tight spread. I could do a market sell. Okay, so there I'm out half. So now I can put my stop loss down at the low and feel pretty comfortable. I'm actually going to put it right here at $1.96 because now we have that higher low on the 1 minute. I'll put it at $1.95. And I expect this level to hold now, because if it doesn't, this isn't going to be quite the pattern that I wanted to see. Because what I'm looking for is a pattern like we saw over here. You know, so once this candle starts to break out, you want this level to hold. So struggling up against $2. Lots of sellers on the ask at $2, so I want to see those sellers go away. Looking down here at the price ladder. Okay, there we go. The sellers went away just as I moved out. There were like 300,000 shares available to sell here that people were trying to sell, and the bulls just blasted through that. So that could be very, very bullish. And so now we have a resistance here to get over. And once we get over that, I'll be looking up at the highs here. And I am going to sell 428 shares here to give me an even 1,000 that I'm holding. Just because I like even numbers. Okay, so I'll put my stop back in at $1.95, risking $20 now on the trade. And now I'm just going to let it run, see if it wants to go higher. I could even put my stop loss at the low. What would that risk be? $1.92. So that would be a $50 risk plus the profit that I'm up. So I'd lose 90 on top of being down 50 already. So no, I think I'll just keep it where it's at. So again, we have a lot of sellers at 202. 253,000. That might be actually 25,000. I forget how many zeros we're supposed to put after this number. It's either 2 zeros or 3 zeros. This price ladder, in my opinion, is not as accurate as most level 2s that you can get with other brokers. It's missing a lot of data, so it doesn't show you everybody in the market that's selling or buying. I've compared it with other level 2s, and yeah, it's really missing a lot. And it doesn't show you these levels, how many shares are being sold, or how many shares are on the ask up in this level. And it's a little unreliable. I don't usually look at it too much. But I do notice things like this, you know, all those sellers at 202. I'm curious to see if the bulls can take them out. So again, we just had another one over here on Go2 with a 5-minute consolidation, and we had another little equilibrium, same as this one over here, and breaking out now. So I could have potentially, if I hadn't been talking so much, taken a trade over here too. Ah, dang it. So I missed both of those. That sucks. It's okay. All right, so here we go. So breaking over 203 up to 204. Still a lot of sellers. Boy, these bears are really trying to keep this price down. Starting to see some buyers step in now. Can we get over the top of 204? Yep, there we go. Moving on up now. I'm selling another half of it, locking in another $60. And then I'll put my stop loss back down here, $1.96. Basically at break even now, down there. Could even put it at the low. I'm looking for a break through 216. This 15 or the hourly time frame. We have plenty of time left on this hourly candle. The range on this one, with this range, I'm looking up at maybe 227 to take more profit, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. See if we get that far. Yeah, if this ends up being a 15-minute equilibrium, I probably would want to put my stop loss down here. Or not a 15, but a 5-minute. If we top out here and start to pull back. And so let me see. If I put my stop below 193, I'll do it. Why not? So now that just becomes a longer term no touch position while I wait for that to break out. So I'm just going to look at some other stocks here. What do we have on the scanner here? Siri. Very nice. Coming up. Market's coming back up to yesterday's high. That's pretty good volume. Siri, I don't think I've ever traded Siri. I don't believe. And BITF. And no, that's Siri. Okay. Seems like go-to is kind of slowing down a little bit. Just sideways here. See if the volatility will come in. I don't know. Let me look at Siri. So hourly time frame coming up to resistance, high of yesterday. I think SPY might be doing the same thing. No, not quite. Well, let me see. Yeah, that line is the high of yesterday, not the high of pre-market. Inside bar on SPY right now. Siri due for consolidation, I think, in my opinion, after this big move. We might see it pull back after it gets up close to resistance. Stair step up on the 1 minute. Yeah, I'd like to see it pull back first if I was going to trade it. First 5 minute candle, that's the high of it, $5. So we started there, sold off, came back up through it. I don't know if I'd want to buy from that though. I don't even know if I was on the right screen there. Oh, CCCC, I just missed a really good entry on a pullback to this level. Could have added to that position. I haven't even been paying attention to CAVA here. Okay, so back over here. $5. I wonder if it's going to bounce from there. So go to not quite playing out the same as that first one did. The first one here that we had, it just kind of went up, 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 up. And this one here, up a couple bars, now sideways. So that tells me that we are either going to roll over and see a lower low, or we're going to pull back and form one of those little things there on the 5 minute time frame. As long as we maintain higher lows, we're fine. But if we start to lose those on the 5 minute, then you'll see we'll be looking down maybe that level. So one thing to note over here on CCCC, we lost that 203 level, and so now we're looking at 5 minute consolidation. So we very well could be seeing either the top is in, still moving towards the highs. SPY just put in a higher low on the 5 minute. It's testing yesterday's high right now. So a nice little bull flag here. On Siri, what was the other one? BITF. So I saw that popping up earlier. That one's already gotten over its hourly resistance up here. Coming up towards that high of a couple days ago. So we have a higher low and a higher high on the hourly trend. Seems like things are kind of slowing down a bit. Well, okay, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'm just gonna hold this trade, let it run for a little while, and I figure, you know, if it stops me out, it stops me out. Otherwise, you know, I'm gonna actually go. I got to go to work tonight, so I'm gonna go get some shut eye, and I'll just let this work and do its thing, and whatever it wants to do. Maybe I'll wake up and be a millionaire. Who knows? Yeah, right. So thanks for watching the live stream today. I hope you learned something. If you have any comments or questions or anything like that, just let me know. I'd be happy, more than happy to answer any questions. And just know that what I do here, this is not like advice for trading. This is just, I'm just trying to show, kind of give people a peek into what it's like to actually trade in the market for someone who's up and coming. I wouldn't claim to be a professional yet. I do have a nice strategy in place and it's proving itself. So I'm on my way. I'm getting very close to being wildly successful, and this next year is going to be my breakout year. I already see that coming, and so I just want to share my knowledge, and hopefully you can gain some insight from it if you're trying to learn how to trade. But it's important to develop your own strategy, use a simulator, practice, try to understand all the, you know, the technicals and everything about trading that you possibly can before you start risking real money and stuff like that. So, yeah. Hey, thanks, Ron. Hey, Ron, weren't you the one asking me about big time? I thought that was you that asked me about that a while back, and I was actually looking at that, and if that was you, because we were looking at the hourly, the hourly on that, and the daily and stuff, and I'd forgotten that with Bitcoin and crypto, that wasn't you. Okay, who was that? I think that might have been Raw Dog. Somebody, I think that was Raw Dog. Okay, well, I'm not going to go over it then because I wanted to clarify something, but if it wasn't you, then no problem. Look at the breakout here on CCCC. So we got our 5-minute equilibrium in bull break. So now I'm just going to bump my stop loss up to the low of that 5-minute pullback. I'm going to let this ride, and we'll see how much money I can get off of this. I'm up $800 right now on my day. See if I can get to 1,000. I've been looking to have $1,000 day. Maybe this is it. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you bright and early. I hope you had a great day today. Bye.